Hold on to your dick.
They caught that, you...
And there's been worse that's been said in this.
Yeah, there has been. All right, welcome everybody to Dover International Speedway for the running of the Chris Lilly Designs 140. This place has been the place of many moments within ASCA's history. Probably the most prominent being reverse skate when Dunn Frunchman went in reverse in front of the pack when coming down pit road to bring out a yellow, came back, won the race, and was able to get himself a spot in the Championship 4 back in Season 4, in which he got a runner-up finish in the standings. However, things are a lot different here tonight. Watching this man, AJ Hyder, who's leading the points and dominated this season 1 season ago. I'm joined here today by, once again, Armani DePaul and Levi Lipe. Gentlemen, how you guys doing tonight?
AJ has a different 24 font this time. Well, yeah. Not necessarily a different font, but it's not italicized.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's actually got a decent-looking paint scheme, too.
Well, now, hold on. Now, that's just plain
He's
disrespectful.
not... He has an original paint scheme, I think, is what you're trying to say.
Yes.
I mean, if original paint scheme is... Hold on. Uh-oh. There we go. For some reason, my, Hold on, everybody. Hold on. I'm fixing my shit. There we go. All right. Right now, on top of the board is Dimitri Mundros. Remember last week out, he had a really bad run at Michigan. Got involved in a few accidents towards the end of the race with Aiden Roberson. Aiden Smith right now second. AJ Hyder running third. So first question I'm going to ask you guys here is, coming into tonight's race, what can we expect at a track like Dover?
Oh, I thought Levi was going to start off.
Well, I mean, I thought he was too, but I guess Levi doesn't want to talk to us.
Well, I was trying to mimic sleeping, but my mic didn't pick it up. Expect a very boring race.
Oh, that was you trying to sleep?
Yeah, it's very bad.
Is that how you sound when you sleep?
No, I don't know.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I know. I sleep very beautifully.
I'm sure. So, one thing I do want to mention is, as fans of ASCA might know, when it comes to the Dover race, Chris Lilly Designs and Uprise, they come together here to run a bunch of CLD cars. It appears Matt Bottles has come back with his own brigade of Matt Bottles graphics cars. I see Jason Smito, Corbin Collins, and somewhere around the track is Matt Bottles himself. We right now have 3 Matt Bottles graphics cars on the track.
Mediocre for mediocre.
So, we've had tire wars in NASCAR. We had the manufacturer wars. In ASCA, we have the paint scheme wars.
Oh, yeah. Although, I will say, in all fairness to Matt Bartles, I think that the brigade that Chris has brought here tonight will be performing a lot higher than we could expect of these guys. No disrespect to Corbin Collins and Jason Smeo. They just haven't had the speed this season.
Now you're disrespecting them.
Come on, Gavin.
I'm not doing anything. Not doing.
It's like me. Man, disrespectful.
Aiden Walker. Here's Aiden Walker down the front straightaway going in reverse. I don't really know what's going on here, but he has had a fantastic rookie season so long. He just got slammed by Kayla Hankins down in turn 1. Berkey just slammed into him, but that's Aiden Walker in the 93 this week. He is doing an incredible job in his rookie season, trying to go for a second win after Michigan just didn't really go his way.
I mean, he had speed in Michigan, but, you know, strategy, just the way the cautions flew, tires, everything like that, just like you mentioned, didn't go his way. But I imagine, I mean, he's probably going to be up front here along with, you know, your usual suspects, your hiders, and all of them. So I think he'll be fine.
For sure. Someone that I want to talk about here tonight, especially considering we're a few races into the season now, is James Thurston. Sophomore slump is not even a good term to describe the season that he has had. At Michigan, we saw him fighting for the lead. The moment he got in dirty air, things just fell apart for him. And remember last season, he quit during this race. He got passed by AJ Hyder, couldn't keep up, and he just downright quit, and that basically sealed any chances of a championship away right in the middle of the playoffs. What does the 96 car of James Thurston got to do tonight to turn his season around?
Well, I'm going to be honest, I forgot that Thurston was even in the race last week. That should tell you just how forgettable he was once he lost the lead. But I mean, we know this is a guy that can run up front. We know this is a guy that can compete for wins week in and week out. He just has to put it together. Easier said than done. But I mean, Thirst is the kind of guy where once he does get that monkey off his back, the floodgates are going to open.
Right now, he sits 17th, 14 points below the cut line in the championship.
cut line?
Yeah, the cut line, yes.
The cut line? The cut line? Cut line?
Ooh.
Whoa.
Watch the cut line after every cup race on the Daily Downforce YouTube.
This
Shameless
guy.
plug.
I mean, he does pay for it, so I guess it was. But
It's
I
probably more exciting than the real races.
Oh, for sure. When it comes to the point standings, AJ Hyder comes into tonight with nearly an 100-point gap over the cut line at the moment. A 50-point gap over Caden Rife. Let me see if I can find him around the track. They seem to be having a bit of a group fuck fest over here on... Yeah, are you seeing this? Yeah, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Yeah, they're having a bit of a group fuck fest. Oh my god. If you ever want to know what
get in there, driver, get in there.
If you ever want to know what group masturbation looks like, here you go.
Oh, okay.
Not group masturbation, group race car masturbation.
Oh yeah.
This is what the NASCAR headquarters looks like after a boring race, just circle jerking themselves.
It really is. I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Hey, practice is over. All right.
So,
I want to point out one thing from Thurston, though. He's had some terrible luck this year. He disconnected from Michigan. I just want to say that you didn't point that out last week.
Well, I didn't even know that was what happened. I thought he quit.
Actually, yeah, no, I do remember him. He did get DC'd.
And also, he started the season behind the 8 ball after missing Daytona.
That's
So he's
also
played
true.
a little bit of catch up.
All right, for this qualifying session, we're going to be looking at Dimitri Mundros. Had a really horrific Michigan weekend. Went from second in the standings to fifth in the standings. Lost nearly 50 points in one weekend. He's showing a lot of pace here tonight in his sophomore season, trying to get his first ASCA Cup Series victory. And he's showing a lot of pace here in practice. He's about to set off here for his first lap.
So, let's take a look here with Mundros. Now, Dover, I've ran here in the Xfinity car a couple times, and typically, you're going to see here, he's going to try to diamond the middle of the corner, and I don't know about you guys, I was, maybe not the best 1 and 2 in the world. I thought he could have gone there a little bit deeper, but 3 and 4, he goes a little bit wide here, and then cuts down onto 4, and then let's see where he goes here. Remember, this guy did practice a 23 point... almost a 24. That is, about 0.2 off of his practice time.
Yeah, he's got to pick it up here on lap 2 if he wants chances here at pole position. Right now, Landon Warren on the top of the board with a 23.787. Let's see if Dimitri can come back here on a second lap.
Yes.
Yep.
Wow. 23.757.
So good stuff there from Dimitri Mundros, picked up on the second lap. Keola Hankins ran second fastest, so he beats Landon Warren. There's Chris Lilly, third in the points. Coming out of pit road now. I'm trying to see if we can find AJ Hyder. Hyder's somewhere around here.
He's coming off. Hot take.
I found him.
Hot take. 24 font looks better when it's not italicized.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think Chris also did some outline work to make it look a little better. Here is AJ Hyder, point leader. Defending champion, starting his first lap. He dominated this race 1 year ago. He's trying to make it 2 for 2 here at Dover as he starts his first lap.
He really got on the bottom there in turn 1, drifted up the track in the middle of the corner, then cut back down into turn 2. That's what you want to do here at Dover, especially in those first 2 corners. But Hyder goes all the way up the racetrack in turn 3 and then cuts down in 4. Not sure what happened there, if he intended to do that. I can't imagine that, because 24.215, 34th on the charts. Completely uncharacteristic from the defending champ. Let's see how this 3 and 4 looks. A lot better, right down to the bottom.
Well, I've noticed one thing. I think a lot of drivers are doing that to try and get heat in their tires for their second lap and going at it on their second lap instead of their first.
Well, he went from 35th to 1st, so you're probably right.
By a whole 10th, too.
Wow.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, boy. Well.
Yeah, this is going to be, where's Tolzma?
Yeah, where's George? George, where are you? Chris is
George.
on lap 2. Third in points coming into tonight. He's at a
Prepare your pillow.
very quiet but consistent season. A lot more consistent so far this season than he did last season. Checkered flag here for Chris. And nowhere to be found.
17th.
Yeah, not great there for Chris. Not great for Caden Rife either. I don't even see Caden anywhere.
George. Where are you, George? You got to qualify. We need you.
Oh, no.
Aiden Walker's on a lap right now with 40 seconds remaining.
Thurston's out on the track either.
Yeah, he's right now doing practice laps. Thurston running third on the chart. Aiden Walker trying to get one lap in before the end of qualifying. Tolzma ran 26th for your information, Armani.
So they already ran their laps.
Sideways out of 4. Walker on the edge of control. Checkered flag there for Walker. And again, it's going to be 5th there for Aiden Walker. Great lap there by him right at the end. And a great lap for our 2-time champion, Diego Roldan. A top 5 starting position here tonight for him.
Really? How about that? Pretty interesting top 5 so far. Hyder, Hankins, Thurston, Roldan, and Walker. So you got some usual guys up front. Then you got a couple of new names up at the front as well. New in the sense of new to the series, and new in the sense of don't really see them up front more times than not, at least during qualifying. So that should make for a pretty interesting race where I feel like track position is going to be key.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Track position, it's going to be so difficult to pass here, especially when we start getting on these older set of tires. This track eats up tires like nothing else. And this racetrack, specifically with the way that you drive the track with that arc, that double apex of slamming it down the bottom into the corner, letting it slide up in the center, and then coming back down the exit, really makes it difficult to shove your nose in there. But we'll see some incredible racing, and if there is some crashing, they're going to be big. There's not a lot of room to get through crashes here at this racetrack.
Well, Dover's the type of track where as the run goes on, there is going to start to be a second and a third line. Really also when the tires start to wear as well. So I think I think the beginning of this race is going to be fairly mundane. But then as the track starts to widen, the groove starts to stretch up towards the top, we're going to see a little more action, especially when the tires wear out. And you're going to see guys like Hyder, you're going to see guys like, Hyder, guys like Lilly, who tend to save their stuff, really come on strong at the end. And with multiple grooves, woo!
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Let's get our starting lineup here for tonight's race here from the Chris Lilly Designs 140. And before we do that, I have to change the thing because, of course, I forgot. One second, everyone. 1 second, everyone. I'm doing it right now.
Shame!
Hey.
Shame!
Hey, I'm doing it.
Everyone, shame them in the chat.
Don't shame me on anything. Let's get our starting lineup here for tonight's Chris Lilly Designs 140. On pole position is going to be AJ Hyder, followed by Keola Hankins. That's going to be James Thurston, Diego Roldan, Aiden Walker, and Dimitri Mundros, rounding out the top 6. And moving on over to row 4, if it will let me, please. God damn it, there we go. Connor Trafari starts 7th with Landon Warren alongside. That's going to be Van Drugman and Duncan Fall in row 5. Garrett A. White and Dylan Fox will be starting in row 6. Followed up in row 7 by Aiden Smith and Justin Rott. Michael Walls and Privan Vijayakumar make up row 8, and Robert Eichelberry and Jeremiah Brooks in row 9. Rounding out the top 20, we got Chris Lilly and Corbin Collins, followed by Jason Marshall and Ethan Moses. Daniel Botting and Caden Rife make up 23rd and 24th. And in 25th and 26th, it's going to be Brandon Thomas and Connor Balheis. George Tolzman and Gabe Cazola make up row 14, with Wayne Kennedy and Owen Chibinski in row 15. Finishing off the order that's outside the top 30, Oscar Enriquez and Connor Berkey, followed by Nico Servideo and Aiden Robertson. Then it's going to be Brandon Morris and Michael Steinbach in row 18. In our final 2 rows, we got Chauncey Henry Jr. and Hunter White, followed by Logan Soley, who's here tonight in the number 19, making his first start of the season, two-time champion. And rounding out the field is Clinton McDonald. Some big names going home. Chris Bowes, Ryan Bogey, and Miles Davis, and Jason Semino, and Jacob Mitchell. Miles Davis missed the show tonight. I'm shocked about that one.
Ooh. Surprised we got a full field. Actually, more than that. A lot of talk going into this week whether or not we were going to get a full field here at Dover. And not only we got that, but we got some guys going home. So always a good thing when you get over the hump, if you will.
And I want to talk about really quickly while we have the time. Miles Davis, remember, he was a playoff driver last season. He was one of the most impressive rookies all season long. And, I mean, it has just been a really awful go at it this year for him. I mean, he's not remotely within playoff contention at the moment. And he's just missed, I think, his first race. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Did he even qualify?
No, he didn't set a lap.
Yeah, so
no, he didn't.
He joined the session, just didn't even.
So yeah, the bottom three didn't even qualify.
Wow.
Very unfortunate. Miles Davis is one of those drivers that I thought was going to have a lot better season this year after their performance last year, but he's taken a big step down. It's been really shocking. I said at Daytona that I thought he was going to win a race this year, and right now he's not even close.
Well, 20 seconds to go. Warm-up is almost complete, giving these guys one last second to try to set up their cars, learn a thing or two about this racetrack before we go green. AJ Hyder still controlling the pace easily. I'm going to give a big shout out there to the guy that doesn't have a number icon. That's Drugman in the 80. I think he might have made one other race this season. If not, this is his debut. Top 10 qualifying run, right now third in warm-up. Watch out for that rookie here tonight.
Let's see here. Oh, warm-up's about to end, so let's see what we got here. Everyone got their warm-ups in. We got qualifying, and let's see. Now, I think this is going to set up perfectly for Hyder because we know how he is, usually saves his equipment, and I think this is going to come into play more than anything because Dover is a hard track to pass. It chews up tires, so when this race starts and everyone's going to be on the bottom, I think at least for this first half of the race, you're really going to see that 24 just set the pace.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Especially at a track like this where it's just so difficult to pass. It is absolutely going to be just such a hassle. It's going to be such in Hyder's ballpark. What happens here on this start is that Hankins on that outside. The one benefit that Hankins has here is that he's going to be able to pinch down that 24 on the start. He needs to get a really good jump here. Predict exactly when AJ goes and haul him down to this first corner. If he can get the run out of 2 and get that lead, this becomes a whole different ball game. Well, boys, let's lock in some picks here. I'm gonna go with the fan favorite story. I'm gonna go ahead and get Diego Roldan, who is having a tribute scheme to this week to his lovely pet cat. A lot of memories there from them, lots of pictures with Petco Love behind the wheel. A tribute to Checo, one of the best cats that I've had the honor of seeing. Hopefully he can get it done for him here tonight.
Well, I'm more of a dog person than a cat person, so yeah, sorry. Dogs are just better. It's gonna be really interesting. You know what? I'm gonna go with, might be a little bit of a hot take, but I'm not going with the 24. I'm gonna go with Chris Lilly.
Here, get yours in real quick. No explanation. What's it gonna be, Levi?
AJ Hyder, starting on the front row.
Oh.
Well, we're about to go racing here at the Chris Lilly Designs 140. AJ Hyder and Keola Hankins are going to lead him to the green. Let's go racing. Big trouble there for Landon Warren. Duck and fall. And there they go. Everyone's in it.
Oh, man. It's the 2016 restart all over again.
All right.
We got one of them on top of another.
Well, that was a start.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it was a good start, but it was definitely a start.
Unfortunately, I missed some of that, but a big crash. A lot of big names in that. Connor Berkey, Kazola, Tolsma. Brandon Thomas is in it. Wayne A. Kennedy. Brandon Morris. I saw Corbin Collins, whose car is completely crab walking here. He was the one that got his ass piled through on that start to bring out the caution here on the first lap. Let's take a look at what happened. So watch this, what happens here on the start. There is a lot of wheel spin from a lot of guys, mainly Keola Hankins and Landon Warren. Watch Warren. Warren gets that wheel spin, and it just caused such a big checkup with everyone behind. Yeah, Ethan Moses just slams through Corbin. Ball Heist gets a piece. Owen Chabinski gets a piece. Berkey's in it. There goes Steinbach flying through. Everyone is just piling in throughout this accident.
A lot of
these guys are going to start loading back into frame. Look at all these guys that got involved in it.
Say one thing though, Landon Warren, he got a big shot, even got to the wall a little bit, but other than that, came away fairly scot-free. But yeah, I mean, behind him, I can't say anything more for that. It's, yeah, everyone is coming into the pits who were involved in that crash.
Oh, that just sucks right there. I mean, that's just, I mean, that's...
Yeah, never how you want to start a race.
For sure. And it looks like we do have some pitters here. A lot of them being the guys that got involved in that accident. There's the 13, who is just crab walking around. That's Henry Jr. Got a lot of guys on pit road here. Enriquez, remember, he finished runner-up here last week. Ton of damage there for him. Ethan Moses is in it. But Jake Umar got a piece of that as well, along with the 76 of Justin Rott. Duncan Fall got a piece too. Landon Warren was the first one. He was the one that caused all that. Unfortunately, he'll have to take blame for that one. And Keola Hankins started on the front row, spun the tires. He fortunately didn't get involved in the accident, but he did hit the wall. He's coming in to make sure that car is all good, and just like that, Keola Hankins' day. He's having a really good season so far, running 5th in the championship. Or 3rd, I should say. I apologize. He's going to have a lot of work to do if he wants to stay top 3 in the championship.
So, let's see how Thurston does this time around. He's going to start on that outside line along with Roldan and Mundos, all up back there. But take a look at the bottom here. 2 out of the 3 cars on the bottom in the first 3 rows are, you know, running the Crystal Lee Designs paint schemes. But, it's going to be really interesting to see with Thurston here. You know, a guy who's more used to running up front. Maybe not necessarily with this Xfinity car, but used to running up front nonetheless. How is he going to handle the wheel spin on that outside line?
I mean, it's clearly bad. I mean, we saw that entire outside line about 3 rows back just spin those tires. Being higher up the track, even more banking, carrying more speed. Especially when you're trying to get down on the power on as important as a restart at Dover where it's so hard to pass. It means everything. But if there's someone that can hold it under the pressure, it's going to be James Thurston. Let's see what happens here as we re-rack it again. And I just realized it's showing the time and not the laps. Oh my God. Here we go. Green flag back in the air.
A lot more clean this time around. Hyder gets away. Thurston keeps it steady. Everyone looking good so far. Hyder pulling away from the rest of the field. Thurston going to slot into second with Walker in third.
Oh my God. Here comes Roldan on the inside of Walker. Walker got off the track there, entering the corner. It's going to let Roldan into his inside. Left the door open. They'll fight side by side into one.
And not only is Roldan fighting for this tribute to Checo, he's also fighting for his first win.
Caution.
And caution. We got a caution on the speedway. Let's see if we can find it.
Oh, the 54. A couple of these guys had already crashed. Back involved in another crash.
Oh, and the 13 does not
he
seem
just
to be happy
arco
yet.
braked. He just arco braked someone. Okay then, that's great.
Let me see if I can find him.
Connor Bolhas was the one that got arco braked.
You said it was the 54?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
go to Connor Bolhas, or however you say his name. The
Bolhas.
15 started it. Bolhas getting into the corner. The 72 up underneath him. net codes into him, turns him around into the 61. They both hit the wall. He slides down the track. The 54 with no brakes just slams into him.
Oh, yeah, that's just, again, we were talking about how Hankins needed to make it through here, and unfortunately we didn't see it, but at some point Gabe Cazzola is going to get in this, and, oh boy, that's not fun.
So we have... Hold on.
I mean, yeah, that's just...
6 laps.
Yeah, where's...
None of them were green.
Yeah,
maybe besides lap 5.
I'm just confused. I mean, I don't know what Hankins is doing right there. I mean, he's a much better driver than that. I get that you're desperate. I get that, you have a lot of work to do trying to get through the field, but I mean, that's just silly. So, unfortunately for Connor, I mean, Connor didn't do anything wrong. He just got completely dumped. So.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking right there. I'm looking at the replay right now. He just drove in deep. I get Dover's a tough track to pass. Probably wants to take advantage of the fact that he has the bottom, but I mean, it's early as well. And you probably just gave yourself more damage than anything.
Oh, yeah. Made his situation even more difficult. Let's look through the top 5 right now. AJ Hyder, James Thurston, Roldan was able to get past Walker when the yellow came out for second place, or for third place, I'm sorry. Aiden Walker runs 4th. Connor Trafari in 5th. A great run here by Garrett White. Remember, he missed the race last time out at Michigan. He did not qualify for the race. He had already been having a fantastic, just consistent season for a rookie. Keeping his nose clean, finishing races, or at least to his best of his ability. If I try looking at the points here, I want to say that he's close to contention, but I might be wrong. Well, apparently I'm wrong. I guess he's not in the top 20, but nonetheless, he's had a really good year.
Attaboy.
Yeah, Dimitri Mundros right now running in 7th. Michael Wall started 15th here today, and he's charged up to 8th. A great run there by him. I want to say that Aiden Smith started way further back, and he's in 9th. And Lilly started in 19th today, and he's already up into the top 10. So we're seeing a lot of guys that didn't have the greatest qualifying runs coming up into the top 10. And a big shout out here to Caden Reif, who won last time out at Michigan. He started outside the top 20. He's sniffing the top 10 right now after 6 laps and 13th.
So what you're saying is we're in store for something spicy.
Well, I hope so. I want to see Caden win again. That'd be cool, but we have to be realistic here. Unless something happens here with Hyder or Thurston, that ain't going to happen.
Hopefully something does.
Well, let's try this again. Maybe we can make it a few laps this time. As we're coming to lap 10, AJ Hyder and James Thurston. We've seen these two at it all over again multiple times throughout these last couple seasons. Let's see what happens this time. Green flag's back in the air.
Another good launch from the 24 and rolled on, taking advantage of that inside line, slots into the bottom of Thurston. Thurston holding strong on that outside line. Walker there as well, side by side with Trafari. That is the top 5 with Hyder in sole possession of the lead.
As they come out of turn 4, Thurston's doing that move. He's just pinching down the inside line, carrying the momentum out of turn 4. It's going to chop the nose of the 99 down into turn 1. Now Thurston can put his sights here on AJ Hyder for the race lead.
Had a really good run coming out of turn number 2. Let's see what he can do with it going into turn number 3. Goes high a little bit. Hyder with a little bit of a block, but I'm not sure if it was a block. Probably just drifting up the track, going for that double apex. Either way, that 96 is pushing it right now, trying to get by the 24.
24 slid up a little bit. Let's see if Hyder or if Thurston could take advantage of it. He couldn't. Kept the door closed just enough to hold him back. And he's starting to drive away from him a little bit now. He dives it down deep into the corner to try and get closer. He can get up underneath him this time. Nearly contact. He can't get there. Loose off 4. Hyder holds on to the race lead.
Well, this is probably the best racetrack where AJ can perform that signature move of just parking the car on the bottom line. Forcing Thurston to run that uncomfortable outside line is what's going to make this really hard for Thurston. If Thurston can carry the momentum on the outside and get the nose stuck on the outside out of a corner, then AJ will be done for. But until that happens, he's going to have to set station and wait for that golden opportunity to come.
Well, yeah, we know Dover, as the race goes on, the grooves are going to expand up into that middle and the top line. But it's still pretty early on. These are the first multi-lap. This is the first multi-lap green flag run that we've had, so it's still a fairly fresh track. So this bottom line is going to be the preferred line for probably the next couple laps.
Looking a little bit further back in the pack, Aiden Smith has made his way up into the top 10, putting pressure here on Chris Lilly for 9th place. You're seeing the entire field, for the most part, is kind of just single file at the moment, and that's kind of how it is here at Dover. You just kind of set station down on the bomb. That is the best place to hold your position. And right now, I mean, that's the best thing that you can do. Save your stuff, run that bottom, make sure you protect your position, and try to set yourself up great for pit stops coming up.
We got a battle for the 11th spot here. Jason Marshall got really loose coming out of turn number 4. That's going to allow the number 2, Robert Eichelberry. He went to the inside of the 3, but then backed out of it. Shout out to Marshall. He was able to make that outside line work, and single file for, you mentioned, pretty much throughout the entire field. Yeah, we got a battle back here for the 24th position between the 80 and the 07.
Oh, 07 got way up the track, though.
Oh, yeah, it's way up the racetrack.
I mean, this is the Hornet's Nest back here where everyone's trying to get through. And watch out for Kaola Hankins. He's shown some aggression here tonight. He's getting involved in this.
Oh, we saw how aggressive he was early on. I don't know if he's going to calm down a little bit or if he's going to continue to be as aggressive. But look at this here. It looks like Owen Chabinski thinking about taking a 3 wide between Hankins and the 07. Again, that 42 car.
Oh, yeah.
You got to imagine.
Sure.
I'm gonna imagine. You got to imagine Hankins is very frustrated right now. Started on the front row, spun the tires, got into the wall. Now he's back here in the Hornet's Nest. That amazing qualifying effort, pretty much a race, means nothing now. So you got to imagine he's trying to make up for whatever he could get.
For sure. Well, that's going on. Connor is putting pressure on Aiden Walker for 4th. It just seems like he has a lot more grip behind the wheel of that 9 Chevrolet, but he is being blocked of his preferred line on the bomb by Walker. If the 9 wants to make this pass, he's got to find a way to get to his outside.
Walker's looked like he's been struggling for these last couple laps. You saw it on the restart when he lost that spot to hold on. He's just been falling, and now Connor's gotten up to him, and I wonder, it's only a matter of time till he gets by him.
Yeah.
Caution.
Caution's on the track. It doesn't matter anyway. I don't even know what happened.
Looking.
Trying to figure it out.
The 97's a little slow. Let's see if it has to do with him. That's Caden Wright.
Well, let's see if I can find out what it was here. Let's see. Well, it's
Connor
possible.
Berkey is upset.
Well, let's
Somebody.
see. Let's see. Can we find it? Well, Berkey's on pit road.
And he's not loaded in for me, at least.
Yeah, so I'm kind of confused about what's going on. Let me check the... We're going to figure this out. Let's see.
We got some pitters. While you try and find that out, we got a couple guys coming down pit road. Thurston, Walker, Connor down pit road. So a couple of those front runners down pit road looking for new tires. Eichelberry hitting pit road. Thinking maybe he get some new good
The
years.
wreck must have been so far in the back that like we don't even see it. I mean, maybe I could find it from George. Like George was over here and turned like 2 or some shit. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I could find what happened, but
it was just so far back. Like they're quite literally like for last. And no, George Tolsma didn't even load in until the caution came out. And they were pacing.
Oh, wait, it was Hankins. We know it was Hankins. Yeah, Hankins is really slow down turn 3, but I have no idea what even happened to the guy.
Let me see if I could find it.
If it was him, then he's going really slow down the track. So
Oh, I see what happened now.
what happened? I don't have a camera on it.
So he is battling for 26th place with Aiden Robertson. And Robertson gets in the wall, bounces down the track, and clips him in his right rear, and turns him around down the back straightaway, and then they both blink out after that. So a skill issue from Robertson, and
Of course.
Hankins just nowhere to go.
Gotta love it, man. And we do have Some interesting pit strategy, as Levi mentioned. James Thurston doing something different, coming to pit road, along with Aiden Walker and Connor Trafari. That's going to shape up the field here for this restart. AJ Hyder will now be leading the race. Diego Roldan in second. Then it will be Michael Wallace, starting outside the top 15 here tonight, up in third. Garrett A. White in fourth. Chris Lilly fifth. Dimitri Mundros in sixth. Jason Marshall starting nearly in the top 30. He's up to seventh right now. Aiden Smith, Vijay Kumar, and McDonald are your top 10.
Well, I'm never going to complain about, guys doing something different from the leader, especially, we know what Hyder is. We know what Hyder can do. So this could be interesting. I mean, if anything, they're effectively trying to take away the tire saving strategy from Hyder in the sense of, well, we just got better tires than you, and we're about to go green, but look at the lap times. They fell off a good chunk throughout that run.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Let's see what happens this time. Green flag is back in the air, and a great jump once again from AJ Hyder.
22 car got a little squirrely on that restart, spun the tires just a little bit, but keeps it going for now, and that's interesting because he was starting on that bottom line.
Look at Walls sliding into second. He came out of nowhere. He was running fairly good, but towards the bottom half of that top 10, and they get very squirrely.
Whoa!
4 wide.
How did they save that? I have no clue. Everyone keeping it going. Oh, we got a car on the wall. That is the 34 in the fence. That's White.
I don't see it.
Slow.
Oh, he's still in the wall here,
really
guys.
slow.
Whoa.
Caden Wright gets turned around by the 56. He holds on to it, or the 056. He just got punted out the way. Very sideways. I don't know how he saved that car. The 89's still slowing off the pace. He's in the wall once more. Something's wrong on that car.
Oh, it's not over yet. Walker does not look happy. Just the way he drove into the corner. I think he's trying to get to the back bumper of that 56 car.
Yeah, I just showed the replay right there. That is the 56 Enriquez. Remember that he got beat by Caden Rife last week at Michigan for his first win. So he's hungry for performance.
A lot of action on the racetrack right now. I mean, we definitely hasn't been boring so far.
For sure. And look at that. Roldan tried to go to the inside. Michael Wallace got tight, had to check up. That opens the door for Dimitri Mundros to fight for third. That outside is such a good defensive line. When you're on the bomb, there's not much you can do. Roldan's going to chop the nose of Mundros down into turn 1. And it will be the same positions for everyone after that scuffle.
Yeah, the outside line is a good defense line, but you use up more tires there compared to the bottom. So, I mean, typically, you even saw it there with Diego. Once he got the opportunity to go to the bottom, he took it.
And you said it right there. Enriquez on the move, whipping around the outside there on Chris Lilly, and immediately diving down to the bomb on Garrett A. White. He is making a hard charge through the field. I wonder if he was one of those drivers that came in for 4 fresh Goodyear tires. He must be. The performance behind the 056 is incredible right now. He is hauling all over the back of the 99.
I mean, just look at what he's able to do. I mean, he forced the 22 to go all the way up, and he's going to force... Oh, it looked like he was going to force the 99 to do the same, but backs off just a bit. But look how much more stable he is on the racetrack compared to everyone else around him.
Now he's going to go to the outside. He knows Roldan isn't going to give him the bottom. He'd like to run the bottom, but he just has so much more grip on the top. Enriquez to third, sliding it out of turn 4.
He's got to be on the fresh set of rubber.
It's not over. He's going for Walls next.
Look at Walker. He's came up through the field once more. Same with Thurston following behind him. They're on new tires. They're carving their way through this field also. It's going to be hard to get by these two. They're both 2 different lanes, so they'll have to make a 3rd lane to get by him or just shove him off the track.
Yeah, you got 3 guys ahead of him on old tires as Roldan hits the wall. They're going to have to find their own way through, maybe up towards the wall. Walker chooses down low as here comes Walker, Thurston, and Trafari, who all pit under the last yellow.
24.591. That was a lap around for Enriquez. Higher with the 24.884. So right now Enriquez is 0.3 faster, and he is closing up all over the back bumper of that 24. The battle is coming.
Oh, yeah, and for the first time, I mean, Hyder is a sitting duck right now. Enriquez trying to shove that nose to the bottom. It ain't gonna work.
Take your time, Enriquez. You can run anywhere you want to on the racetrack. The 24 is at your mercy. It's not the other way around.
He's going to jump up to the stop sign, and he's just going to blow by him. Oh, no.
Well, not completely. He led that lap. Hyder is not making this easy.
There he goes.
Enriquez takes the lead on lap 34. Remember the heartbreak when we interviewed him after Michigan last week. He was so just heartbroken over the fact that he did not win that race. He felt like that it was his. He felt like it was taken away from him. And he comes into Dover, new mindset, and he is hauling on a fresh set of Goodyear tires, and he's pulling away from the pack in the lead.
It was important for Enriquez on fresh tires that he was going to have to get through the field quick, because if he got stuck behind, the slower guys in front of him, then the tire advantage would have offset between himself and the 24. So the fact that he not only figured it out, but figured it out early, that he could run anywhere on the racetrack and got by everyone, this went near to perfection for the 56.
And remember, think about this. He was fourth of the drivers that came down pit road. So he passed Trafari, Thurston, and Walker all on the same set of tires before he charged through everyone on the old tires. I mean, the speed that he's showing this run is incredible.
Speaking of speed, he's about to put Tolsma a lap down, and Tolsma almost gets into the wall trying to get out of the way. But I do want to mention one thing. I mentioned it on the restart that Mundros in the 22 car, he did get a little bit squirrely, spun the tires, so maybe Enriquez was on that outside line, and perhaps it stacked up the back of the field, and he took advantage of that.
It wouldn't be the first time the outside line stacked up, but also look at this.
No, the inside line got stacked up.
I apologize. Yeah, I didn't realize that, but we've seen stack ups today. As you see right there, Aiden Walker shoving the nose to the outside on Michael Walls. I was going to comment about how Walker, Thurston, and Trafari had kind of stalled behind Michael Walls and just weren't able to make those same moves that Enriquez was able to do. But as they say that, now they got some clean air, and Michael Walls is being swallowed up by the faster traffic.
Well, I feel like it was easy for Enriquez because he was able to pick them off one by one. Meanwhile, Walker, Thurston, and etc., they're kind of in a pack together. Everyone is more, jumbled up. So it's a lot harder to get by when you have to get by 2-3 cars at a time as opposed to one.
And
that, and I believe.
They're going.
That, and I believe, I think they're saving their stuff. I just think they're thinking this is going to go longer. It's been the longest run of the day, so maybe they're just kind of holding back and waiting for the end of this thing, or the end of this run, while Enriquez is just burning this stuff up now while he has it.
And I want to give a shout out to Justin Rott, who started deep in the field today. He's one of those guys that came in for 4 fresh Goodyear tires under the last pit stop, and he is charged up nearly into the top 5. Once they get past Hyder, who they're coming up to now, he's going to be running inside the top 5. An incredible run by the rookie.
Not bad at all. We've had a lot of cool rookies that have done a lot of good things here in ASCA so far. Obviously, Walker got his first win. You mentioned Justin Rott, currently in that 6th position. But yeah, I mean, this is a pretty strong rookie class, all things considered, this year for ASCA.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's saying something, considering one of our rookies, James Thurston, fought for a championship last season. Here comes Walker whipping around the outside on Hyder. Hyder is a sitting duck right now. There is nothing that he can do right now. He cannot save the variance between his tire wear versus everyone that's pit. He's just going to have to sit back, let everyone go through, and try to salvage what he can until he comes back down pit road. He's going to move out of the way there for his teammate Connor Trafari. And he falls from 2nd to 5th. It's not done, though, because Justin Rott's on his way.
I mean, if you're Hyder, like you mentioned, I mean, just play this smart. You're not in the same tires as everyone else. You're at a disadvantage at the moment. So try not to fight the guys because you're just going to make it worse. And really, you're just going to use up more of your stuff. Just trying to fight guys who have a clear advantage.
Yeah, speaking of using his stuff, Enriquez is now the sitting duck as Walker goes inside. You can tell that the 93, 96, and the 9 were all saving their stuff because Enriquez doesn't have anything for him. He's a sitting duck as Walker takes the lead, and now Thurston and Trafari are pouncing on him.
I'm really surprised. I thought Enriquez...
He's about to hit the wall. He's in the wall.
Oh, he's in the wall.
Yeah, nothing. It's gone.
I'm really surprised. I thought Enriquez would start to save his equipment once he got to the lead, but he just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and he's paying the price.
Yeah,
I really don't understand the thought process behind that.
I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, you saw the way that he was charging through the field. He was so much quicker than the top three. It was just a matter of time before those tires gave way. And, I mean, he's now in the position where he might get passed here by Justin Rott for 4th place.
What Thurston's going to do here? Not really a guy known for saving his equipment, but here he is right behind Walker, and he's got Connor Trafari right behind him.
Oh, Rott looking high on Enriquez. Enriquez trying to shut the door. Enriquez will keep it open. Rott will invite himself in. Here we go. Outside into turn 1. Justin Rott and Enriquez going at it. Nothing that Enriquez can do to stop Justin Rott. He's going to whip around the outside and move up into 4th place. And it seems like Hyder has now gotten the better set of tires now. Then Enriquez has used up his stuff. Look at Hyder all the way up to the wall, getting a big run prepared down this front straightaway. Here he comes for 5th place.
Oh, look at the run. Immediately shoots down to the bottom of the racetrack. Nothing Enriquez could do. And Hyder's going to clear him before they even get to the center of the corner.
Enriquez trying to fight back. They're both on the top side of the racetrack, but you can just tell one car has way more grip than the other. If you're ASCA right now, what do you do?
Well, go ahead.
You just gotta fight. You just gotta hold on to your track position and fight, because it's been kind of hard to pass today if you're not on new tires. So you just gotta hold on to track position all you can. Hope there's a caution or just something. I think it's very embarrassing that him on 20 lap newer tires than Hyder is slower, and Hyder, who's been on the same set since the start of the race, is just blown by him. So I think that's something he needs to think about for when he gets on new tires again. If he gets that chance to get to the lead again, he needs to save his stuff if he wants to have a chance at winning this race.
I think that just shows how great of a tire saver AJ is. The fact that he's on such a disadvantage, and yet he can continue to fight and keep up with people that should be way quicker than him each and every lap, just shows his ability to save tires behind the wheel as Tolsma goes yet again another lap down.
George.
Okay, George.
Oh, man.
So every time we see George on the track, we always got to just we always got to hold our breath.
Yeah, it's a bit dangerous here at the moment. Big shout out again to Robert Eckelberry. Right now, top 10 run for him in 8th place. Ever since this transition to iRacing, he has been in positions to get good finishes. Luck has just never been on his side. If things turn around here today for him, it will be a great finish there for him. He is yet to win an ASCA Cup Series race. He almost ran to Tolsma there. I really think they need to get him off the track. He's going too slow, but right now Eckelberry doing a great job as he continues to look for that first career ASCA Cup Series victory in his 6th season of competition.
I don't want to bring him down any, but I just want to point out the fact that he is.
Oh, we got someone to the wall. Sorry to interrupt you, but the 60 just got into the wall.
That's for Jake.
Yep. He's been battling with Lilly for a couple laps now. He's in a bunch of spots. Look at the 11 slow on the bottom.
Oh yeah, he hit the wall right there.
Lilly, he was battling those two for the last 2 laps or so when both of them made mistakes and the 53 just scoots on by.
Whoa, Servideo and the 8 in trouble.
Whoa,
that's
51.
Brooks. That was close stuff right there. That was Brooks and Servideo going at it, coming out of 4. The 8 was pinching him down hard, and he got pushed up into the fence.
Ooh, 17, the McDonald, he got a little bit squirrely coming out of turn 2, so as these tires start to wear, you could really see how everyone is struggling right now on the racetrack.
And Chabinski now trying to go to the inside on Moses, inches apart out of turn 4. Big checkup by Chabinski. That's going to open the door for Duncan Fall to try to make up some spots.
Oh, contact.
A lot of action right now in the back of this pack. Everyone just...
Oh, there goes Micah Falls going around with the lap car of Corbin Collins. There was a lot of netcode there. Corbin Collins had come back out on the track with fresh tires, trying to pass through the field. And Corbin with a major amount of netcode, and Michael Walls is going to slam into him under caution. Micah is upset and has destroyed his race car.
Oh, that is a shame.
And that's gonna be a little embarrassing for Micah when he looks back at this and realizes Corbin didn't do anything wrong. Look at the replay. That is some of the worst netcode I've ever seen.
Oh my, that is like. There's a couple feet in between those cars.
Yeah.
That is bad.
Yeah.
We've not seen netcode that bad since the start of the season at Daytona.
Yeah, that was really bad there. And I'll tell you, I don't know if maybe I'm confusing it or not, but I feel like... I mean, I want to say that Micah might not have the best internet in the world. I thought maybe I don't know if that was because Daytona. I don't know. I might be confusing him for. You know what? I'm confusing him for Brandon Sampson. I apologize, Micah. But yeah, I mean, that was just awful netcode right there. Corbin didn't do anything wrong. You saw he was trying to check up because he knew the car was coming up the track. But again, I mean, that was not even Corbin's fault. Micah kind of destroyed his own car when he really didn't need to. I mean, I know that his day was pretty much done with that impact. That's a ton of damage that is going to kill any race, but going in and running into Corbin like that when you need to assess the situation first is a little silly on Micah's part. And I know he has a reputation with some guys, so that's something that he's going to be thinking about over for sure. But there's Michael Wall slamming into Corbin Collins after the caution came out, under the impression that what he did was purposeful, as everyone's coming down pit road now for tires.
Well, this might go to the advantage of Hyder. I know he's going to start in 5th, but now everyone's on an equal set, and he can really take advantage of his tire-saving abilities.
I just want to say that it's kind of embarrassing for Walls there, just to, let his emotions show the better of it. Obviously, you could be upset. I don't blame him for being upset, but, just like I did at Iowa, it's just better to keep your emotions to yourself, and it ends up being a whole lot better of a situation in the following weeks and just throughout the rest of the race if you don't do that.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that was definitely not a smart move. That just granted him a few penalty points for sure. I don't know what his situation on penalty points is at the moment, but we've been seeing some guys getting suspended. Brandon Sampson's currently serving his 76 of, well, not the 76, 75 of Ronan Suarez. Just had his lifted last week, so... we're seeing suspensions. They're starting to crack down on it, and Micah Walls might be the next.
I just want to point out something. George Tolsma just absolutely dominant in the points this year. Penalty points, that is. Just absolutely crushing the competition in penalty points.
I'm about to say, George is dominating.
Man, check the penalty points. He's just doing great. He's the championship favorite for that.
Oh, I'm sure. I am very sure.
He should get a trophy for that.
Only reason he hasn't gotten suspended yet is because he's missed half the season. Because he's failed to qualify half the season. They're gonna pace the pace. They're gonna pass the pace car.
We love you, George.
We love you, George. Let's go back racing here. On lap 60, as we approach the halfway point here in this race, Aiden Walker will be leading with Connor Trafori alongside. Then it's gonna be James Thurston, Justin Rott, AJ Hyder, and Oscar Enriquez. Let's do it again. Green flag back in the air.
76 on the tires, just a little bit, stacks up the outside line just a smidge, but good job by Walker to get by. Look at Thurston just all over the back bumper of that 93. Hyder moves up to 3rd. Trafari falling all the way down to 4th. The battle for the lead right now is between the 93, the 96, with the spoiler coming in the 24. I don't know if you can call Hyder a spoiler per se, but... oh, here we go.
Making a
down
charge
to the inside.
Right to the inside, he covered it off. Thurston did. He'll stay in 2nd place. Thurston getting a little bit tight up off the corner, going to lose a little bit of time. Couple cars in the wall in the back.
Oh, that's Eckleberry. Eckleberry out of control. Hold on to it, brother. Hold on to it. He's got damage.
He's in the wall still. Man, he was having a good day. You pointed it out earlier before that crash. It's about 20 laps ago. He just charged through the field and was running good, but just bad restart for him. Hyder, while all that happened, slipped into 2nd place. Thurston lost the spot. See if Hyder can do anything to get to the race lead on the outside. Side by side off of turn 4. This could be Thurston's chance to pounce if they stay battling like this. close.
Well, there goes Justin Rod.
And, oh, they're
Around he
crashing.
goes. Huge crash.
Oh,
Chris Lilly's in it.
Vajaykumar.
Eckleberry,
Brooks.
Vajaykumar, McDonald. A huge pile up down in turn 1. The 11 of Savidio's in it.
Man,
My
Rott was
God.
running so good. That's so unfortunate. Rott was running, had a great race going, and he is destroyed, all junked. He got a big piece of this crash.
My
Pretty
God.
good
Yeah,
cars.
I mean,
They were having great days.
It's stuck. Car's stuck.
Oh,
There's some on the bottom of the car that's making him stuck. It's over.
yeah, that's just
Man.
stupid on the 80s part for pushing him on the front straightaway.
Well,
He got him squirrely and then just turned
yeah.
him.
I mean, that's the rookie Drummond that's just running through the 76 at the same time. I think Lilly runs into Vajaykumar. Brooks runs into Lilly. Eckleberry into Brooks.
Nobody just using their brakes there.
I mean, I need to get another look at this. I mean, I just can't
That's
believe
like-
that they're just all piling through each other like that. Here is the helicopter cam. And
Like Kyle Busch yesterday.
Yeah, so watch this. Here comes Rott off the corner. The 80 has a run, and he just piles through him like he's not even there. And Vajaykumar is going to start slowing down for the accident. Lilly doesn't see what's happening, runs into Vajaykumar. Brooks runs into Lilly, Eckleberry into Brooks, and it's the entire pack that's just piling through.
Yeah, very embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean,
For a lot of these
but
guys.
Connor Berkey just slammed into it too. Duncan Faw slammed through Blackstone in the 31. Didn't even slow down for the accident. Great avoidance by Michael Steinbach. Somehow got through there without damage.
Michael Stayback and great in the same sentence.
I'm just shocked. I mean,
That has to be what, like at least an 8, maybe even 10 car pileup?
I mean, that's just silly. I don't know how you pile through someone like that. Here's turn 1 cam for you.
I just want to point out that great wreck avoidance by Ethan Moses. Nearly clipped the 2, got it slowed down, nearly got clipped by Chris Lilly, but got by all the carnage and has a clean race car and is up to 10th place, into the top 10 for the first time today.
Not bad.
That's just unfortunate. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I mean, looking at the turn 1 cam, I mean, I don't even know what most of them were thinking, honestly.
They're just piling through there, man. I mean,
Yeah.
they're just not even...
If any of you have seen that, you know what that looked like? That looked like the crashing cars.
Yes.
Danica was all mine.
Unfortunate timing. The battle for the lead was getting so good. It was getting crazy. You know, you had both of them entering the corner side by side. Thurston in there, and they all die. So
I wonder, because Hyder was charging through the field like really quickly, and Thurston and Walker didn't really put up much of a fight. Well, Walker did a little bit because he forced Hyder to go on the outside, but Hyder made it stick. I'm wondering, at least for Thurston, was he trying to play Hyder at his own game by saving his stuff?
I mean, you have to. I mean, we saw during that last run, Enriquez just charged through the field on fresh tires, passed everybody, got to the lead, but the moment that those tires gave way, he was just a sitting duck. I think that those guys understand the importance of saving your stuff and that it's okay to go ahead and give it up for a little bit. Give up track position if you need to, because you're setting yourself up better for the finish. We're going to do this again. AJ Hyder, Aiden Walker on the restart to the restart zone. And a great jump once again by AJ Hyder. He's up and away.
top lane spun their wheels once more. We've seen that a lot on the restarts today. Walker going to lose a lot of spots. Connor going to dive down to the bottom. I believe a little bit of contact with Garrett right there. Got him up the track a little bit, but they both hold on to it. Hyder starts to pull a gap. Walker right on the back bumper of James Thurston entering turn 3.
Enriquez to the outside. Underneath is the 26. That's Garrett A. White. We've seen the top line be used a lot more as this run has gone on. We're reaching the halfway point, just a few laps shy of the halfway mark. Everyone going single file for now.
Big shout out
single
here.
file all the way.
Big shout here to Ethan Moses. Right now, 9th place, has avoided all the carnage so far with a clean race car. Past Caden Reif on the restart. Sitting 9th right now, putting pressure here on Jason Marshall for the top 8.
Got a battle here towards the back between the 88 and the 7. And the 72 of Keola Hankins, he has not found his way back towards the front after getting involved in a couple incidents. Started second, but besides his qualifying effort, it has been downhill for that 72 Cookout car.
Yeah, and I think he understands the position that he's in right now. He's in a position where he can fight for a regular season title, get those extra bonus points when it comes playoff time. He missed the playoffs last season by just a few positions, and he knows he has the speed. We know he has the speed to run well. He just needs to put some races together. This has been a terrible night for him so far, getting involved in 3 separate accidents, racing against the man that wrecked him last time, Aiden Robertson. He gets through him just fine, though. He's trying to charge back up through the field.
Kind of a battle heating up, coming up for the 3rd position. Trafari all over the back bumper of the 93 of Walker.
Yeah, it's been coming for the last couple of laps. Walker's just slow. We've seen it when he's just kind of, he's fast, but not there yet. He just can't keep up with these top 3 drivers. He's causing kind of a stack up in this whole kind of group right here, holding them all up. Trafari needs to get by him quickly. What am I talking?
And remember what happened at Portland when these two got together. Trafari and Walker were angry at each other, running through each other. We know Trafari has a reputation. How patient is Trafari here with him being held up? Caution.
Caution, we got a crash on the speedway.
He's got no choice.
Caution's out here on the speedway, and in the wall is Brandon Thomas in the 04. First star of the year there for the 04. And
he got involved in that.
Oh, Aiden Robertson with the 3-wide move. I mean, that wasn't even
Oh, man, what a complete fucking idiot.
Brandon comes down. I guess he doesn't realize he's 3 wide. He just comes down.
Got disqualified. Aiden Smith just got disqualified.
For what? What did he do?
Huh?
Why did he get DQ'd?
What?
That wasn't...
Oh, he wrecked the 88 under caution. Under caution.
Oh.
He pulls up to the 88, full throttles him into
turn 1. No!
Oh, man.
Let's watch this. Here he comes.
Pipper's flaring.
And wait for it. Wait for it. There it is. Boom!
Oh, round of applause. I got to congratulate him. That was great. Show bravery.
That is the second crash that Aiden Robertson has... Well, Aiden didn't have anything to do with that, but that's the second wreck Aiden's been involved in tonight. Aiden Smith's upset because he made it 3 wide on him. And under yellow, there was another crash under yellow. The 42 of Owen Chabinski just yanked it to the left. His wheel disconnected. Owen's wheel disconnected under caution.
Ooh.
I just want to say, we got pit stops, and they're still on the race off pit road. Hyder fell back 2 spots. Walker up to second. Trafari losing a spot on pit road. Jason and Marshall jumping up to the top 5.
So Aiden Smith, remember, Aiden Smith's fighting for a regular season title. I mean, he is within the, I believe he's top 5 in points coming into tonight. That is going to kill a lot of chances for him. Yes, he's right now sitting, he's sitting 7th in the points right now. 13 above the cut line. That is going to kill his chances right now of making these playoffs. He's surely going to be under the playoff cut line by the end of this race. And I'm very confused on why he's upset, because that wasn't even Aiden Robertson's fault. Yes, it was aggressive, but that was Brandon Thomas cutting down 3 wide and turning himself. That had nothing to do with Robertson.
Yeah, just like I said earlier, just better to keep your emotions to yourself and just discuss your displeasure after the race instead of just showing it out here on track. It's a bunch of points he could have gained today, and you know, if he ends up missing the playoffs, he could look back on this race and say, well, this was the day we could have finished at least top 20 and got points.
You know, and the thing is, at least with Micah's incident, you know, his car was already destroyed. He was already probably going to park it. He just went ahead and finished the job. He had a perfectly clean car. Clean car. Maybe a little bit of damage on the right front, but that's it. I mean, you're fine. And he just completely ruined his race for no reason. As I think about it more, I mean, that was such a silly move there by Aiden Smith. So I'm not really understanding that, but we are going back green, and there was one man that stayed out on the racetrack. Oscar Enriquez is going to bring it to the green flag. with a bunch of
not
guys
doing
on
full
4 fresh Goodyear tires hauling behind him. Let's see how long he can last. Green flag is back in the air.
There's just spun the wheels. Top lane all stacking up big time right there. More than we've seen on the usual restarts. Walker already getting pushed by... What the hell is my thing doing?
Great comments.
Great restart from Oscar Enriquez so far. But here comes Aiden Walker all over the back bumper, pouncing on that 056. Oscar Enriquez, remember before he used up his new tires, he's looking for redemption. He's looking to get it right now as Walker goes to the inside of the 56.
He's left the door open. Can he get up underneath him off of the corner? He does. Side by side down the back straightaway. Entering turn 3. Could Walker pass him or will Enriquez fight him off? Right now, Enriquez on the top lane will fight him off and hold on to that position for one more lap at least. And leave that lap.
And Walker doesn't have an incentive to pass Enriquez right now. He knows he has the better tires. He knows that he has the faster car. He can sit back and just let that car do all the talking and wait for Enriquez to make those mistakes. But more importantly, Hyder has passed Trafari. And now this is the real battle for the lead right here. Aiden Walker and AJ Hyder are going at it again.
I just want to point out one thing. I know that battle's going on, but Thurston's dropping like crazy right now. He just got passed by Dimitri Mundros. Ever since that restart, he's lost a couple spots, and it's really slow right now.
Hyder's wasting no time. Down to the inside for the second spot.
Oh!
Makes contact
A door.
in the middle of the corner.
Oh,
side
boy.
by side for the second spot. Hyder trying to clear him coming off of turn number 4.
Oh,
Walker's
boy.
not happy with that.
We'll see how Walker responds here. He's now going to have to run here coming out of turn 2, but it just doesn't seem like he has the same amount of grip that Hyder has. Hyder beginning to pull away.
And now we'll set his sights on that 56 of Enriquez. But Walker not going away himself. We got a battle for the lead and possibly a 4-car battle for the lead. Here comes Jason and Marshall.
Where'd he come from? The hell?
Fari's gotten brought up into this from all this battle. He gets a 5-car battle now.
Hyder takes the lead. Hyder
Enriquez.
takes the lead.
Enriquez beginning to fall like a rock. Walker inside. Marshall with incredible pace. I don't know where this came from the 3. He's making it 3 wide for second.
3 wide for second. Yeah, we've not seen him all day, and all of a sudden he's out front making aggressive moves.
Oh!
Advanced position. They touch a little bit off of 2. He'll get the spot.
Oh, there goes Trafari!
Contact. Trafari saves it.
Oh,
3
watch
wide.
out. Oh.
Don't know how that was a crash, or how that wasn't a crash, I should say. That was close. 3 wide once more, the 80.
He's already been caught for being aggressive once. That's the rookie in the 80. Garrett A. White in the middle. And Enriquez falling like a rock on the outside. Just doesn't have the grip. Ethan Moses now down to the bottom.
And
Look at Thurston. Look at Thurston back here. He's exited the top 10. He's all the way down to 11th. He restarted in the top 5 there and is all the way down outside the top 10. I believe he just entered it again once he got by the 056, but what has happened to him? His day has just been completely derailed. He needed a good day, and it's just not going his way.
And Walker's falling back too. Trafari got by him. Now here comes Garrett A. White. A lot of these guys you saw up front here at the beginning of the race are falling back like rocks. Walker's up next.
Walker trying to make that high line work. Let's see if he can do it.
It's not working.
Here comes that 80 car as well. Yeah, Walker just falling off a cliff right now. And he is just getting sucked up in this bottom train right now. There goes the 08 of Ethan Moses now by him.
Something's got to be wrong on that car. There's no way he's burned his tires up that quickly. We've only been green for about 10 laps. He's almost back to where Thurston is. He's under attack from Caden Rife right now. It's the 80 and the 26.
It's crazy to watch right now, all this battling going on the racetrack. That's Drugman, the rookie, right behind Garrett A. White for a top 5 position. Dimitri Mundros holding up about 4 cars behind him as they all jostle for position.
What a name.
Oh, that's Caden Rife making contact with Aiden Walker coming out of turn 2.
Yep.
Yeah, Walker's able to get by everyone, so he set sail for now. Now it's between Thurston and Caden Rife. It's gonna get a little bit sketchy here.
Duncan Faw. He's had a bit of an up and down day. Really just been running bad throughout most of the race. Pretty sure he started good, but got involved in that first crash. But he's looking to enter back into the top 10 right on the heels of Thurston.
Yeah, Thurston is struggling right now. Look how close Duncan Fall gets to the back of him. And Caden Rife again eking it to the bottom. There on Aiden Walker.
Yeah, Walker's okay. Here comes George.
Stolzma.
Yeah, here comes George. I was gonna say Walker's really struggling on this run. I'm not sure what's going on between him and Thurston. I mean, those two have just not gone up to speed in this last
the wall. Enriquez sideways. They crashed. And no caution yet. He's sideways.
There's a car
on
in the middle of the
line.
track. Dunn. There it
Caution.
is. Yeah, Dunn needs to figure out that button, because it seems like he's still struggling with it a little bit. But caution is out, and tonight's race has gotten even worse for Oscar Enriquez, crashing down the backstretch with Connor Berkey.
Man,
Oh, he almost ran to Henry right there as he tried to make some passes.
Oh, Berkey just hit the wall and bounced completely off of it into him.
Well, we'll see
I'd be
here.
extremely pissed if I'm Oscar. That's
Well,
stupid.
Oscar's charging back up here. I'm sure he's just trying to get back in line. Someone's got to be telling in his ear, hey, they're strict on the retaliation here tonight. And let's take a look at what happened here between these two. So here was the battle for position here. And yeah, I mean, Connor Berkey slams the fence down and just runs into Enriquez. Enriquez trying to save the car. He's going to tap him last second. And around goes Connor Berkey and Oscar Enriquez. Fortunately, they both save it. No damage, but hard wreck.
He's pulled up beside him, and nothing going to come out of this one. We've seen tippers get a little bit out of control here tonight already, twice, so maybe he pulled up beside him to show him a little bit of displeasure, but nothing outrageous.
Pit stop's taking place now, and look what's happening here. Aiden Walker, James Thurston, Duncan Faw. I think that I had a suspicion that maybe they were saving their tires, and I think that my suspicion is correct.
I think it went too long green for that to work.
Yeah, I mean, how much tire can you save to make up like a 10, 12 lap difference?
Well, it seems like we have some two-tire strategies here. Ethan Moses out first, followed by Connor Trafari, and then AJ Hyder. So it's not just all four fresh tires and a splash of Sunoco racing fuel here for these guys. There's some guys only taking two here on this pit stop.
You're back.
So this should be really interesting. Now, we've seen that really the outside line hasn't worked so well. You know, but with the fresh tires, it should be a difference. But, I mean, with two tires, and especially even four tires, I'm really intrigued to see how these guys are going to get around each other once we get onto this restart.
I mean, at this point, we're coming towards, or actually, we're past 50 laps to go. We're getting to...
Yeah, we're well past the halfway mark.
Yeah,
we're well past halfway mark.
Yeah, we're 50 laps to go here in this race. It's crunch time here, and these guys are pulling up all the stops that they can to try to stop AJ Hyder from winning this race. And that's exactly what Aiden Walker and James Thurston have tried. They've tried saving their stuff, waiting for the yellow, and staying out to put themselves in better track position. Can they hold off Hyder for 50 laps, fellas?
No.
I mean, Hyder's not even that far back. He's on the outside of row 3. The only thing that Walker and Thurston can hope for is that the outside line gets stacked up on the restart and then Hyder gets caught up in it. And then, I mean, other than that, I imagine the 24 is going to get by these guys pretty quickly.
Well, I suppose we'll wait and see. Aiden Walker, James Thurston, row 1. Duncan Fall, Ethan Moses in row 2. That's going to be Connor Trafari and AJ Hyder in row 3. Hyder is the first one on 4 tires. Moses and Connor took 2. The top 3 are on old tires. Let's do it again. Green flag back in the air.
Actually, it was I was gonna say it was well 3 wide to start off. Trafari now wasting.
There it is! Crashing him.
Off the cars around.
Moses gets turned around. Hyder got a piece of it. I don't think it hurt him.
And there it is.
Terrorist strikes.
Oh man! Once
again.
more.
Yep,
Once
there it is.
again.
I mean, here's the restart right here.
Just
Trafari
sense it
immediately
coming.
makes it 3 wide, and I mean, I want to see, do they come down on him, or does he come up? Let's see.
I think he came up on him.
And no.
Oh, no. He got squeezed.
I mean, look.
His left front's on that black part of the, runoff there, and he can't go no lower.
Yeah, I will give the terrorist the benefit of the doubt, which is a sentence I never thought would come out of my mouth. Connor made an aggressive move, for sure, but he had the nose in there, and Duncan Fall and Ethan Moses just did not give him the room. And I think this is more Duncan Fall. I mean, Moses should have given more room for sure, but that's definitely more of a racing deal more than anything. Hectics of the restart. And unfortunately for Moses, who was having a picture-perfect day, all that work is going out the window. Now, fortunately there for Moses, he has no damage on that car. He's fine. He can come in, go get 4 fresh tires, and he'll be fine. But unfortunately for Moses, I mean, that's a lot of hard work that he put in that's pretty much out the window now.
I think he squeezed him because I don't think he thought it was 3 wide.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
I don't think he anticipated. I don't think he anticipated Trafari going 3 wide. But I mean, Trafari just got such a good restart that he just took the run that he had and he just set sail.
And unfortunately here for Walker and Thurston, this makes things a lot more difficult because they were basically using that row or 2 of cars as a bit of a cushion to give themselves an opportunity to pull away. That cushion's now gone. Not from AJ Hyder, but from Jason Marshall, who passed Hyder on the restart. He's on the same tire strategy as AJ Hyder, and during that last run before the caution for Enriquez and Berkey, he was running him down, so it's possible that Jason Marshall has the car to beat right now.
Well, I just wonder if Hyder's car is hurt any. We saw him clip the left front on in that crash to one of the cars. I think it was Fa. And you don't see any visual damage, but you don't know if there's like internal damage to the suspension or the steering's off any. So, just wonder if it's hurt any, like little bit after that contact.
Well, hopefully for Hyder's case, there's not much going on with that 24 and he should be all good. But if there is damage, we will notice it right away. Lights are out on the pace car. We're going to do this all over again as we're approaching 40 laps to go here of the Chris Lilly Designs 140 from Dover International Speedway. If you're Aiden Walker and James Thurston right now, what do you need to have happen right now to win this race?
You need wheel spin. That's the best thing. We've seen it. That wheel spin can really undermine everyone behind them because of the stack up. So if you're Walker and you're Thurston, not only do you need to nail the start, but you got to hope that everyone doesn't.
All right, well, let's go through the top 10 one more time. Aiden Walker, James Thurston on old tires. They're going to be leading it back up to the green. Jason Marshall, the first one on fresh tires. AJ Hyder on his outside. Garrett A. White and Dimitri Mudros in row 3. The rookie and Drugman is right now sitting in row 4 with Caden Wright, who won last week out. And how about Keola Hankins making it back up into the top 10 along with Brooks. Let's see how these last lap 40s of action goes. Green flag is back in the air, and a horrendous start by James Thurston.
And not what Walker needed at all. Marshall timed it to perfection all over the back bumper of that 93. Looking to get by the 96. He's going to do just that and set his sights for the lead. And here it comes. 3 for the lead against the 93. Down to the inside.
Yeah, he got his nose up underneath him on the back straightaway, and he'll clear him very easily on the exit of turn 4, actually through the middle of that corner, as Walker slots back into second or third. He's in a battle with the 26 of Garrett.
And the 3 rookies, that is Jason Marshall, Garrett A. White, and Drugman. Here goes Drugman looking low, gets blocked by Garrett A. White. He's going to be a bump down the back straightaway, but the top 3 are all rookies. Here comes Dimitri Mundros now, and Hyder is stuck. He cannot go anywhere.
Whoa.
Connor almost took out Caden Rife.
Yeah,
Look
Rife
who's
was
back into the
further.
top 10. Keola Hankins, after starting second, getting involved in a multitude of instances, he's finally found himself on the edge of the top. Actually, he is in the top 5.
Hyder is going to have to put on a charge that he's never put on before. He lost nearly 7 spots as they are 3 wide coming out of turn 4. Aiden Walker falling outside the top 10 along with the 96 of James Thurston.
The strategy did not work at all. They've fallen big time since the restart.
Right now, the battle, we mentioned it, Ethan Moses needs to work his way up, but he is clawing his way back inside the top 10 for now, setting his sights on Caden Rife.
And he has the freshest tires of anybody. If anyone's going to charge to the field right now, it's Ethan.
If you're Ethan, you got to take your time here. We've seen it where you use up too much of your equipment. It starts to even out, and pretty quickly, might I add. Here he goes, down to the inside of Rife. This is for the 9th spot.
Rife had a really insane day. He's been almost crashed multiple times, but he's been running good, and it's great for him. 2 good weeks in a row going for him right now. Of course, he won last week, and if he could get another top 10 finish, that'd help him way out in the points. He'd be doing great in the points.
And look at Oscar Enriquez. I don't know how many times this man has been to the front and been to the back, but here he is once again knocking on the door of a top 5 spot in 6th.
And Hyder is stuck right now. I mean, I'm sure that he's saving his stuff, but how much longer do you save before you have to go? He has fallen back to 7th because of that horrid restart where he got stuck behind Aiden Walker. When do you go?
Well, I imagine he's saving himself a little bit. It doesn't look like he's trying to put too much pressure on the 56 who gets sideways coming off of turn number 4. So I imagine he's just waiting for the opportunity to present itself and not exactly trying to force it, because that's how you use up your equipment. And then, I mean, remember, Hyder's not someone who really gets desperate. He's someone who lets the race and the situation come to him. So I imagine he's doing just that right now.
Ethan Moses continuing to make progress. He passed Caden Rife. He's putting pressure on Connor Trafari, but he's doing the same thing Enriquez did. He's ripping the top, and I just don't know whether that's going to be the move here for Ethan, because Connor's just going to keep sitting down there on the bottom, protecting those tires from any further wear. Ethan is right now pushing his tires for nothing.
Well, you got to try something different, I imagine. But like you said, I mean, what's the point of trying something different if it's just going to cancel out in the next lap or 2?
And right now, Jason Marshall is in a position where he could go for his first career ASCA Cup Series victory. Garrett A. White and the 80 of Van Drugman are all in a position where they can do it here tonight. And these are all new names here at ASCA, trying to make a name for themselves here tonight.
And especially Van Drugman, he got a lot of criticism for one of the earlier wrecks, trying to make up for that right now. What better way to put that behind you than with a victory?
Thing is, though, Garrett A. White is not giving him any opportunity. That's about the 5th time where he has tried shoving the nose to the bottom, and Garrett has shut the door.
The king is back. Anyway, Garrett White. I have no idea what's been happening. So I'm just going to wait.
Cars are going vroom.
We need another crash. I want to see some battles.
Well, it looks
Well,
like
we might have a
get
battle
that.
coming up, yeah, between the 3 leaders, Van Drugman in 3rd. And actually, we might have a battle here between Keola Hankins and Dimitri Mundros as well for the 4th spot.
And I'll tell you what, guys, Jason Marshall's falling off a cliff right now. He's been running that top the last couple laps. He's losing time. Garrett A. White is trying to go for the lead of this race here with under 40 laps to go.
He's going to have to make it happen now because they're going to start coming up on some lap traffic right now. So, the thing is, if you're the 26 as well, you got the 80 right behind you. So, you got to make this stick. If you make one mistake or you leave...
Oh, there it is!
They get into each other.
Marshall slammed the brakes out of turn 2, about to hit the wall, and again, Van Drugman just slamming through people. He has a huge dent on the nose of that 80 car.
Oh, we're going to see how that's going to affect them.
And look at the 26. Look at the back of the 26. That thing is torn apart.
Yeah, I wanted to point that out. Look at the 80. He just seems tight now. He got all the way up the track at that time. 26 seems like he could hold his own, but I don't know about the 80.
And here
And that's
comes
just
Dimitri.
Yeah, that's just bringing Moondros and Hankins along this. So this is turning from a 3-car battle to a 5-car battle.
Well, that was going on. Hyder and Trafari passed Enriquez. Enriquez is beginning to fall off a cliff again. Moses has also gotten through. So now, with about 30 laps to go, Hyder and Trafari have a huge task ahead of them. They have to get through all of these hungry drivers. Not a single driver in this top 5 right now has a ASCA win to their name, and they're trying to make it work. Moondros with the door slam on Van Gogh coming at turn 4.
We got wounded tires versus wounded cars right now. Who's going to come out on top? I think the spoiler is going to be that 22, Dimitri Moondros.
Hankins gets through past the 80.
White to the inside. He tries for the race lead, side by side, through the middle of 3 and 4. He's going to clear him up off of turn 4. New leader, Garrett A. White. Jason and Marshall falls to second. And look at the 72, 3 wide.
That's an aggressive move there by Keola. Hankins, desperation's getting in. He's going to make contact with Marshall.
3.
Oh boy, and here comes Hyder into the mix.
Try to give him a nudge. It didn't work.
Moondros all the way to the top line.
Ooh, right on him again.
You're going to get a big run, a little bit of contact between the 22 and the 72. Moondros going to try that third line. Actually goes to about, the third line once again. Jason M. Marshall doing everything to hold on to that second spot, but I think his tires are completely gone as he is stacking up this track.
Yeah, he's going to cause a crash.
Hankins up to second. He's past Moondros and Marshall. Marshall's tires are tearing apart. Here comes Hyder and Trafari now as they fight through the field trying to win this race.
The CLD machines looks like they're working together a little bit to get through this field. Here comes Hankins back to where he started in second. You got a little bit of lap traffic up ahead. That's George Tolsma, so he's probably lap traffic will play a factor.
Oh,
What if you do if you're Hankins right now? Hankins started second, wrecked 3 times today, and he's in a position once again where he can win his first ASCA Cup Series race, but he's got the defending champion all behind you. How do you deal with that pressure here so late in the running?
You know how you deal with it? You don't worry about what's behind you. You worry about trying to get to the 26 in front of you. You got to make up a lot of time here, and especially because the 26 is wounded right now with the damage on the back bumper. I mean, as crazy as it might sound, I'm not even trying to worry about Hyder, because as soon as you start playing defense, you start surrendering time to the leader. You got to focus all your attention on closing the gap.
Right now, it doesn't seem to be happening too much. It's kind of stalled within about half a second. Garrett A. White, even with the damage, has done an incredible job saving those tires. Hyder might have what it takes, though, to beat him. Here comes Hyder to the bottom for second.
Yeah, and Hankins just way up the racetrack.
Wonder if he just gave up the spot if he knew he couldn't hold it off.
That's why.
Well,
Come
he
back.
fought back. He got the run. Side by side in ring 3. He's going to dive it down deep. 24 running that top lane, trying to get the same thing that he did. Get that run up off the corner, and he does.
Ooh, Hankins got a little squirrely.
And now it's down to 1. I don't know how Hyder has done this. He has passed about 8 cars with about 20 laps, and now 1 is left standing. Rookie Garrett A. White fighting for his first ASCA Cup Series victory. 20 laps away from victory with the defending champion hauling ass.
Boy, this is a lot to ask for Garrett A. White. I mean, look at Hyder. Look how much confidence he has in the speed of that 24 car. Here's the battle for the lead right now. It's between Garrett A. White and Hyder.
Look
Hyder's
how sideways
set
he
up
is.
his opponent right now.
He's out of control.
Hyder.
He's doing everything he can to hold on to that thing and keep him at bay.
Those old tires and that damage not helping him. He's going to get right up on him, try to get him arrow loose. It doesn't work. He'll still hold on to the race lead. Hyder, no opportunity. You go to the top lane and try and get the runoff, just like Hankins did on him.
White right now is really a prisoner to that bottom line. Hyder
got blocked!
is free to go wherever he wants. Look at the block. Shades of McDowell and Logano from yesterday at Texas. Hyder's going to go all the way to the top of the track, getting a big run coming out of turn number 4. And Garrett A. White, he is going to surrender a big run and surrender the bottom line to the 24.
Now he can pinch him right here. He can pinch him. If you pinch him, you got it. He's got it. He holds on to the lead coming out of turn 2.
Yeah. And that top lane got that runoff. We've seen the top lane kind of come in here in these last few laps for that runoff. It was working earlier in the race, but the runoff was equal. Now look at it.
And look at
Big
Hankins.
advantage.
Hankins and Trafire on the way. Here comes White again. He's going to pull that move. Here comes Higher to the bottom.
Hankins trying to reintroduce himself to this battle for the lead. Side by side between the 26 and the 24.
This is bringing Hankins
Hyder
right
just
to him. He can't
throws
hold
it
on.
off into turn number 3. Shuts the door on White. And that is a veteran move right there by AJ Hyder, who retakes the lead with less than 15 laps to go.
Yeah, White could not hold on any longer.
And now White's got to try to hold on to second. Hankins now pulling that same move that Hyder did, trying to get back up to second with the charge. Down into turn 3, a big dive by Keola Hankins. Trying to keep it steady, coming out of 4. White carrying on the outside. They'll continue side by side down the front straightaway.
Here comes Hankins down to the inside. He's going to mimic what he saw Hyder do to the 26, and it's going to pay off once again. Hankins moves up to the second spot, and first and second is what we started with, is what we have right now.
You know, I just wonder if Hankins was saving his tires while he watched the 24 and 26 battle. So now he might have a little bit of a tire advantage as Hyder burned his stuff up trying to get by the 26. This 26 continues to lose spots. He's loose on the exit of almost every corner now.
And Trafari moves up to third. Garrett A. White, a sitting duck now on the worn set of tires. He did everything that he could to hold off the defending champion. A valiant effort there from the rookie. But unless a yellow comes out, his chances of victory are out the window as we approach 10 laps to go.
Lilly! Lilly is wrecking with
Oh,
Caden Wright!
Life! And it's not over. Chris Lilly going around at his home race with Caden Rife, who won last time out at Michigan.
Oh boy.
Let's see what happened.
And Lily's multiple laps down.
Going into turn 3, I didn't even realize he was multiple laps down.
Yeah, he got involved in that crash, remember?
I didn't even know he was still in
And
the race. I
what
thought
what was
Whoa.
happening here? Was
Rife
Lilly
just dumps him.
I mean, yeah. Wow. He didn't even slow down. He just... Yeah, Rife just kind of ran through him.
What
Wow.
was Rife? What was he?
Thinking.
I guess he thought that Lilly would go faster. And he got ran over by Robertson after the caution came out. Yeah, that's
I didn't
just...
see that.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, he just
Wow.
did. Was there anything going on between the 53 and the 97 beforehand? Because I mean,
They've been fighting
Rife
for a
just-
while. They've been fighting for a while, actually. I think that was...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching the last couple laps. He was being held up by Lilly for a long time. And I think what that might have been, that was his attempt at trying to move him out of the way.
He moved him, but
yeah,
I
you
mean,
moved
he
him.
I mean, he
That's
also...
about it.
He definitely sent it into the corner. He hit the apron. So he definitely was trying to run into him. Yeah, no, that was definitely at least purposeful in trying to move him. I don't think he was trying to wreck him, but... Yeah, Caden Rife just was getting tired of being held up by Lilly.
Well, we
And
got
then-
pit
and then
stops going on right
Robertson-
now.
Yeah, Robertson ran into him after the caution came out. That might have just been him being dumb, but that also could have been him showing his displeasure with how Caden Rife reacted to that. As they come out pit road, that is going to be Dimitri Mundros first off pit road. I believe that is a 2-tire call for the pit crew over there after 22 as they take the lead of the race.
Connor
I
Jafari, the
should
only
say-
one to stay out.
Yeah, Connor's going to stay on old tires. Moondrow's out with, I'm assuming, 2. And then it's going to be Hyder. And guys, am I going crazy? We have just went into darkness here at Dover.
Yeah, like the whole clouds, and it's just a cloudy day. I mean, other than that, it's still sunny. But like you mentioned, yeah, the whole track is covered in cloud cover.
Yeah.
And with just a handful of laps to go, under 10 to go, I think speeds are going to increase even more with the grip.
Yeah, by all means. Armani, can you go into a little bit more detail about what we can see here on this restart with the cloud cover that has suddenly hit the track?
Well, it's pretty simple. Typically, when it's a cooler racetrack, means more grip. Hotter racetrack means less grip. Now, this is also a concrete racetrack, so you know when these drivers, they want as much grip as possible, and this is exactly what they're going to need. And this is going to play really to the advantage of Mundros and Trafari, because they need as much of an advantage in terms of being able to stick these corners as they could get, because you got Hyder and Hankins behind you. So you can even see there Trafari, he is really trying to get the tires up to temperature right now. Mundros, I think he's just going to rely on that outside line trying to set sail. But yeah, this is going to be a really interesting restart here with about 8 laps to go.
Well, with that, we're going to have under 10 laps to go. Connor Trafari, no tires on the same set as he did before. Mundros on 2, everyone else on 4s. Green flag is back in the air.
Good restart by Trafari, but that is not what he needed. Here comes Hyder, immediately taking possession of that inside line. Mundros is sideways, squirrels all the way up to the racetrack, and once again, it is Hyder.
Oh, there goes
Mundros! Enriquez!
Mundros is involved, multiple cars, and the caution is out.
We have a
And
huge
there's a
crash
part
down the back
two.
straightaway. Robert Eckelberry, Caden Reif again have crashed over here in the back straightaway.
There was 2 crashes. The 22 and Enriquez got into it. Eichelberry and Steinbach and
Yeah, Mundros had a horrid start here.
Steinbach making
Down
his
to
first
1.
race.
You saw he got loose. He got
Yeah.
loose. Big time loose there for Mundros.
Yeah.
Lost the back of it. And then coming out of turn 2, I think he's just going to get hit once again. Aiden Robertson again. Is that him that hits him? What happened? No, that was Mundros. Mundros got loose again out of turn 2 and wrecked himself in front of Enriquez. And in the background, I'm seeing Eckelberry going around.
Yeah.
Did Eckelberry get loose?
Eckelberry.
No, what happens is that he ran to the back of Steinbach because Steinbach was going 2
Steinbach-
miles an hour.
Yeah, watch. He just slams on the brakes right in front of him, and it gets him all loose, and then he just hooks him, and it's a big crash. Caden Reif, his day just gets even worse.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Why did
What was the point of that?
Yeah,
Just
he
slamming
just
on the
so
brakes?
he just slammed on his brakes coming out of turn 2. I don't know what Steinbach was really thinking there. Unfortunately, McDonald gets a piece. Reif's day gets even worse. More damage for Lilly.
Yikes.
Just a sloppy into this race.
Oh, for sure.
That's ASCA. Well, at least it's not like last over. You know, we could be watching an absolute snooze fest of a race right now.
We really could.
Yep.
Are we done with the cautions here, boys?
No.
I'm going to tell you this. I think we're done with the winner. I think Hyder's just going to pull away from here on out. He's just so good at holding this lead, especially during crunch time. But I don't think we're going to see... I don't think we're done here with cautions. I mean, so many guys get loose on these restarts, especially on the top line, that I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it again.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Things are only going to get more and more aggressive as these opportunities come back to them. And I'll tell you what, Garrett A. White now back up into second place. After all that carnage, he is still very much in a position where he could win this race, but he's going to need to have a really good restart here if he wants that to happen. We're going to be coming back here with about 4 laps to go, and we'll see what kind of action we see from now to the checkered flag.
I mean, even you got Trafari behind him, so maybe Trafari's going to try to give White a little bit of a push.
Yeah, I I don't know. The top lane's just not gotten a great restart all day. They've spun the tires. They're just have been slow on the restart. I think if we're gonna see a move in this first lap or so, it's gonna come from Jason White.
Well, firstly, Jason White isn't a person. Secondly, we're going to be coming back to the restart right now.
Wow.
Green flag's back in the air, and Hyder is up and away.
Yeah, exactly what I thought was going to happen.
I'm stupid. Anyway,
Garrett A. White falling back like a rock. Here comes Hankins for third. Here comes that 80 car, the rookie, making a charge here late for a top 4 spot.
he's been super aggressive today, and it's probably gonna end up paying off. He could get a top 5 out of this race. He slots into 4th, I believe, 4th or 3rd or 5th.
Ooh, White got a little bit squirrely coming out of that corner. Is he going to surrender that spot over to Drugman?
Yeah, Drugman up to 4th. Garrett A. White back to 5th. And how about rookie Brooks in 6th place? He's doing a great job right now.
He gets burned on the back straight away. Another big crash.
And who's shocked? Am I? Are you? I want to say
No.
that's his 4th wreck today. Might be his 5th. I lost count.
Oh, the Aiden Walker. I think Aiden. Oh, no. Aiden Walker did not start this, but he was involved.
Well, let's see here. Here we go. Coming out of turn 2.
Well, maybe he did. I don't
Robertson
know.
just runs through the 93 like he's not there.
Oh, how fantastic.
And then,
Oh.
yeah, Walker just gets loose. Up into the wall goes Walker, and then Robertson wrecks himself. Or actually, no, there's contact there between him and the 11 of some video.
Apparently.
Yeah, I mean, that's just... And Eckleberry spins himself out behind.
Wow.
Huge damage for the 2. I don't understand... I can understand what's going on here through the mind of Aiden Robertson. The problem is, the gap closed, and he just still shoves through the back of Aiden Walker like he's not there. So, again, that's the 5th or 4th wreck he's got involved in here tonight. And, you know, that's going to be a lot of penalty points. And for a driver that's competing every week, trying to make the playoffs, trying to fight for a championship, a suspension is going to help your situation. So...
I think George Tolsma has higher chances of winning the championship than he does.
Yeah, Aiden Robertson has a bit of a reputation, and it's on full display here. So, unfortunately, another wreck there for Aiden Robertson. We'll have to bring that back over, and we'll see whether he can bring it back next week and not wreck himself.
Bunch of guys that are running in the back that can't hold their car for a few more laps.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. You know, not surprising. We have beef, apparently, according to Ethan Moses.
With who?
I'd be pissed, too. Probably the 91. Or
93?
Yeah, 93. I'm stupid.
Well, if there's one thing I know about Aiden Robertson, he's going to deny any accountability and then get mad that no one appreciates his driving. So...
I just want to see cargo room, and they're not making cargo room.
And with that, we will be going back green next time by for the first attempt at a green-white checker. Remember, we get 3 attempts at it. 3 tries to get to the white flag before the end of this race. So we'll see if we can make it this time around. Right now, the lineup is as follows. AJ Hyder, Jason Marshall, the rookie, Kayla Hankins behind Hyder, and Drugman is sitting behind Marshall. We have 3 rookies in the first 3 rows. If that outside can get going, they have a shot at fighting Hyder down to turn 1.
You really
Oh,
expect
God.
this outside line to get going?
No, I don't.
It hasn't worked all day long.
The one time it does, they'll all die anyway.
Exactly.
The best chance here is that Hankins is going to get a good jump off the line and be able to put a charge down to turn 1. I feel like that the moment that you get Hyder clear into turn 1 with no opposition, he's going to go ahead and pull away. So Hankins and Marshall have to figure something out to make sure he isn't clear by the time that they exit turn 2.
But their best chance is murder.
Yeah?
Here we go. Restart zone. First green-white checkered attempt. Green flag's back in the air.
Top lane got
Not a-
going.
Yeah, outside line was pretty
Hankins
good right
with
now.
the
Here
dive!
comes Hankins.
Oh!
Oh, if I was Hankins, I would have tried it a little sooner. Coming out of turn
He's
2.
not clear. They're in the wall. Sideways, they crash in the back! And the caution
here
is
we go.
out once more. Moondrose, big
oh my
crash. Lilly involved in it again. Connor Berkey, Vajakimar, oh my goodness.
That's the third wreck for Chris Lilly tonight. That's the third wreck tonight for Connor Berkey in the 27.
What happens here? Oh, man.
And I mean,
Man,
it's just everybody
Nico.
piling. Yeah, it's just everybody piling into each other coming out of turn 2. And the contact here is between
Nico gets to the
actually.
wall.
Oh, it's Servideo who hits the wall, comes down
And bounces
into
the wall.
Owen Chabinski. And he's going to spin out in front of Dimitri Mundros. Aiden Robertson now with his 6th wreck of the night. And Jesus, a hard hit for Lilly and for Vajakimar.
Gotta say, that's embarrassing. Pretty much racing for 20th and, bouncing off walls for no reason at all. He left him a good bit of room.
My goodness.
But I'm not blaming it on Owen Trubinski anyway.
I agree. I think that's a really good idea.
Yeah, I agree.
So this was unfortunately not the restart that Hankins needed because now he's in second on the worst line for the restart. Jason Marshall is now in third and in the best spot possible. I'll tell you what, I'm really shocked that Hankins, who got a really good jump, waited so long before peeking the nose to the inside. I feel like that if he peeked the moment he passed the line, he would have at least had an opportunity to get Hyder out of the groove into turn 1.
And yeah, but I'm pretty sure he also just didn't want to just straight up drive through the 24 as well.
I mean, at this point, that might be the one way you win the race.
I mean, it's Hyder, so at this point, everyone stop being nice to Hyder.
So we're going to go into our second attempt at a green-white checker, 2 of 3.
I think
Yeah.
Hyder should pit.
I think Hyder should pit too. I think that'd make this race a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
I think his tires are a little worn out.
Yeah, I think he has a leak in the engine. He's got to bring it in.
Do we see another crash, though? So far today, we've seen 12 crashes, or 12 cautions for 32 laps. Do we see another
You
one?
guys see smoke coming out of the 24?
I wish. I wish this was like Kyle Busch at Darlington 2022. But it's not, so...
So they're going to double it up again. Second attempt at overtime. Hyder, Keola Hankins in row 1. Marshall and Drugman in row 2. Garrett A. White and Ethan Moses. Watch out for Ethan Moses. He is charged back up to 6th place. Brooks is in 7th. James Thurston 8th. Trafari 9th. And Duncan Faw in 10th. If anything goes ugly here, from now to the checkered flag, any one of these guys could be going to victory lane, but that's if they could put a fight to Hyder right now.
And that's a big, big if. I will say that outside line got a pretty good launch on Hyder that last restart, so let's see if they can get a better one this time.
Marshall, gonna try and get that jump. Maybe get on his inside.
I think White's trying to anticipate that. You see him just bumping on the back bumper of that 3 car.
And here they come again to the restart zone. Let's settle it. Hyder and Hankins. Green flag. A horrid start from Hankins. Here comes Marshall.
Yeah, but a great restart from Hyder, and Marshall, he's just going to slot into that second spot for now. Side by side for third.
The leaders pull away. They're side by side for third. Keola Hankins and Garrett battle it out. And Hankins gets ahead of him. Now the 80 and the 26 go at it as they come to take the white flag up off turn 4. It's white flag one more time round for AJ Hyder.
And Drugman
race.
and Garrett A. White, they're dooring down the front straightaway. These guys have been at it all day long. It's going to come down to this.
I don't think it's over yet. I think that 3 is one more shot at it down here in 3 and 4 if he can sit it in deep enough. But he doesn't.
Coming out of turn 4. Checkered flag is in the air. AJ Hyder does it again, winning the Chris Lilly Designs 140 at Dover
And the 80
International Speedway.
And the 80 gets dumped across the line. They're wrecking big time across the line. Oh, Hyder got involved in that. Gonna finish 10th.
Hyder.
Not Hyder, Thurston. Motherfucker.
And yet another win for AJ Hyder, continuing to grow his points tally.
Boo.
Should have dumped him.
Man,
Really.
we should have gotten a Richmond 2024 recreation.
So Rifle just completely overshoot the corner for 30th, but we can't get anyone to overshoot the corner for the lead. Okay.
Well,
Oh, man.
let's take a look at the results after today's Chris Lilly Designs 140. And it's going to be AJ Hyder in victory lane once again after a great run, charging through the field late. This will go down as one of his better runs for sure. It's going to be Jason Marshall bringing up a runner-up position. Keola Enriquez started at second, finished third. A good run for him. Garrett A. White in fourth. Jeremiah Brooks in fifth, followed by Ethan Moses, Duncan Fall, Van Drugman, Oscar Enriquez, and James Thurston, rounding out the top 10. I'm really curious why Jeremiah had his number wrong, because he was running the 8 today. Maybe he forgot to put on the paint. I don't know. Moving on over here to outside the top 10, if it'll let me. Connor Trafari did not get the result he wanted tonight. 11th. Clinton McDonald in 12th. Daniel Botting in 13th. Owen Chabinski 14th. Robert Eccleberry in 15th. And Pravin Vijaykumar in 16th. Followed by Brandon Morris, Aiden Robertson, Aiden Walker, and Nico Servideo, rounding out the top 20. Going to outside the top 20 now, we got Dimitri Mundros 21st, George Tolsma in 22nd, Chauncey Henry in 23rd, and Michael Steenback 24th, followed by Caden Rife in 25th, Connor Berkey in 26th, Chris Lilly 27th, Justin Rott 28th, Micah Walls 29th, and Brandon Thomas rounding out the top 30. And finishing off the field here for tonight, Landon Warren 31st, Corbin Collins 32nd, Logan Sully in 33rd, followed by Diego Roldan in 34th. Hunter White will finish 35th with Dylan Fox 36th. Gabe Cazzola 37th with Connor Ballheis in 38th. And rounding out the field is Wayne A. Kennedy and Jason Samito. And with that, let's head on over here to ASCA's John ASCA Workshop for our post-race coverage. And let's see. We do have him in here. Let's bring in AJ here. Yet again, another victory. But this one didn't come easy, especially in that late half of the race. You had to work for it. How was it like driving through the field here a few times tonight? It is for sure, but I do have one other question for you. When it comes to, firstly, you didn't get any damage from that wreck, right? Because you got some contact in there, but it seemed like you got away with it. Well, AJ, all I have to ask is there anyone in the field that you think can stop you at this point? Well, apparently, there's a situation going on. Local dumbass, Enoch Hancock, is saying in a live YouTube chat how I'm a pedophile. Yeah, local dumbass, Enoch Hancock. Full name, too. Fucking idiot. Alright, I'll deal with him later. Anyway, AJ, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. Another win. Even bigger point lead. There really isn't too much else to say. You're kind of cocking the field right now. Yeah, you're ruining ASCA. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're ruining everything. But I do want to talk to second place. Jason Marshall with by far his best performance. He had been skimming the top 10 for a lot of this season, but tonight everything just came alive. What made Dover such a good track for you tonight, Jason? And one thing I also want to ask you, when it came in that midpoint in the race, when we had half the field come in, half the field stay out, what was your decision making behind coming in, and what did you expect after coming down pit road when we took the green? Oops. Oops. Apparently, I have the wrong thing up. Oh well. There it is. Yeah, no, I was reading the chat. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Thank you, Justin, for letting me know. Anyway, we are a very serious group here. It's fine. I'm planning on making an overhaul for next week's stream, so we should be all good. Anyway, Jason, good run here tonight in P2, and I expect that I'll be talking to you a few times this season, so I guess I'll speak to you when we see you again. And let's round it out with the guy that started at the front, immediately went to the rear, got wrecked like 3 times, and somehow came back for a 3rd place finish. Can you summarize your race for me from beginning to end? And one thing I want to ask you, you've been fighting since season 7, your rookie season. There have been so many opportunities of you getting your first win that have just went out the window for one reason or another. I want to ask you, with the performances that you've had this season, do you think this season's the season where you get your first win? And with that, we're going to let Kayla go. Congratulations on the 3rd place finish. And I'm same thing as Justin, probably even more so. I'm probably going to be talking to you again in a few weeks. Let's be real. So I'll talk to you again soon, Co. And with that, guys, Chris Lilly Designs 140, definitely a lot more entertaining than the last one, where we sat around for like 2 hours not knowing what to talk about. Final thoughts here, boys? Boys, what the fuck did I just say? Boys, my fucking fuck. Here, Armani, final thoughts. Yeah. Yeah, I'm hard for Hyder right now. Levi, you're not allowed to be hard. You're a child. It's fucking... Jesus fuck. Alright, Levi, final thoughts. Dude, no! Alright, well, I have to go into general and yell at somebody. So, with that, we are going to call it here. We'll see you guys next time out. I don't know where we're going. Boys, where are we going next week? Atlanta. Oh, no! God, no! God damn it. Alright, we'll see you guys next time out. You guys, he'll still win. You guys...